If you go out there and you talk about things you don't know about or you lie to a customer, that's a no-no in our industry.
This is Elegant Homes with Don Reilly. Each week, get expert advice from Don Reilly that's straightforward, making sure you're not taken advantage of. Powered by CFI and by Marshall Chevrolet in Carrollton, Kentucky.
Welcome back to another episode of Elegant Homes. I'm your host, Don Reilly, where we make every home elegant, one home at a time. And we are so blessed right now to be in the home improvement industry. If you haven't heard, one of the few businesses that hasn't really been affected by the COVID-19. We have just marched on through this thing. We are on track to do probably 450 roofs as we speak, which just blows me away. We're going to hit our mark from last year at 475. Our deck category is just phenomenal. We're just killing it in the deck industry. We just started another 16x7 deck this morning, treated. The only problem we got right now is we're finding that we're having a hard time getting materials. A lot of the treating plants were shut down due to COVID, and it's just been a tough time getting materials. But things are starting to move and shake again. The plants are back open. The treating companies have started treating again, and we're starting to get 5/4 by 6 20-footers back in stock. We're starting to get 2x10s. 2x8s used to be scarce. Now we can get 2x10s, 14s, 2x10s, 12s. They're all coming back. So we are getting ready to just explode again going into the new year, 2021. And, you know, I tell people, if you're looking to do a project and you think the prices are too high right now, well, you're wrong, because going into 2021, the price is going to increase even more. So now is the best time to get that project that you've always dreamed about doing done. You might pay a little bit more, but in the end, you're going to come out ahead, because if you wait till next year, I think prices in lumber are just going to continue to go sky high. And a lot of people in the industry I'm talking to, from the manufacturers to from all your metals, your gutter manufacturers, roofing manufacturers, they're all saying the same thing, that prices are going to increase next year. So keep a lookout out there for bargains. You can find, deals on different home improvement projects through your local contractors in the area. But make sure when you're bidding out and you're talking to different contractors, you make sure that they're using A-grade material. That's the big thing. Anybody can go out and buy a piece of lumber from a lumber yard and it just be a B or C grade lumber and charge you the same price. So make sure you're getting A grade lumber. That's one of the things I always try to tell people is, even if you're in a Home Depot or a Lowe's, when you're buying wood, you always want to ask one of the attendants there and works in lumber if if it's an A grade product, because that's what you want. You don't want something that's going to crack and splinter and pop on you down the road. So the manufacturers are back. The business is booming. I think there's not a guy out in the industry that I know of that's slow right now. They're all super busy. And one of the things I really want to touch base on today is bidding. Bidding is it's a problem in our industry, but it really is, because people today in the home improvement industry, as far as contractors, kind of pick and choose what they want to sell. And I try not to fall into that category. Sometimes it's easy to do because, I've had people call in, and Kevin, our office guy, set up an appointment, and it'd be for one window, 2 windows. And you get out there, next thing you know, you just sold that customer 28 windows. Never look at a lead as a small job lead being something you can't turn into a big job. And that's the bidding process. I tell people, you go out and you bid, let's say, a small shingle job. Maybe you're just doing a repair on a roof. And the next thing you know, the customer saying, let's just go ahead and replace the whole roof. It happens all the time. The bidding process is very, very important, in making sure you're not pre-qualifying your leads. That's a big problem in the industry. A lot of guys today will call the customer and they'll feel the customer out as far as the lead procurement. So I tell people there's no problem with that. If you ask the customer right questions, how long you lived in your house, what particular project are you looking to do? Is it windows, siding, roofing, gutters, room additions, decks, patios, pergolas? You can ask those questions. But some people take it too far as qualifying. And what I mean by that, they almost come out and say, are you going to pay for this cash? Or are you going to do this next week? You can't really do that. And that's going to scare people off. And that's where a lot of I call them the new generation, these new home improvement guys. I go to a lot of people's homes and they'll say, well, XYZ company called me and they were really pushy on the phone. They were asking a lot of detailed questions I really didn't want to answer. And we thought that's why we were setting the appointment, so someone can come out and explain this stuff to us. We didn't know that we were going to try to get sold over the phone. And a lot of companies are going that direction because they feel like if they're sending a rep out there and they're wasting their time and not making money, it's costing them money. Now, sometimes it does, but that is the profession that we chose, folks. We chose to go out and bid a job. We chose to customer call in, and once a project, we get their name, address, phone number. We ask them what project they're doing. We ask them, is this something you're going to do, this fall, maybe next year? And then we say, hey, we'll be out Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll schedule the date, and then we go out and visit the customer. And then you get the answers when you visit the customer. And I always say if the customer likes you, you pretty much guarantee you're going to get that job. I mean, and that's the rapport that we build with the customer. We want to make sure that every customer that we have that great rapport with. And if a customer doesn't like you, they're not going to buy anything from you. And that just goes with anything. If you go into a store or a grocery store, if someone don't like you, it's just the way the industry is set up and designed, because first impression is everything in our business. And if you go out there and you talk about things you don't know about, or you lie to a customer, that's a no-no in our industry. Because if they catch you in one lie, you're done. You're gone. So, and a lot of guys today go out and try to work their magic and, and kind of, cut corners and do things. And that doesn't always work. So I tell people, you got to be careful when you're doing the bidding process to make sure you're asking the right questions. And we always try to do that here at Elegant Home Exterior. The other thing I want to talk about is COVID's really messed things up for our scheduling. And scheduling today in the home improvement business is harder than ever because people are busy. We got busy lives, husband, wife, both working jobs, got kids, at home, some are in school. But for the most part, a lot of kids are home right now. So parents are have to work double duties, like myself, going home and teaching kids at night and then working all day. I mean, it's exhausting. So, and hopefully school will be starting back here. The kids will be going to what they call a trial run here next week. So that's going to be good. That's going to free up some moms and dads a little bit. So, scheduling's tough because, if a customer calls and says, hey, I'd like to be here Tuesday at 6:00. Okay. And then, sometimes things come up, they can't meet you. So then you got to reschedule that appointment, or you send a guy out to run the lead and then the homeowner's not there because they forgot about it. So these are the kind of things that you work with in the home improvement industry, and a lot of people that aren't in the industry they see all the good stuff, especially the stuff you post on Facebook and, Instagram and all these social media sites. You see the pretty door, the pretty broom addition, but they don't see what it took behind the scenes to make that job happen. And that's from scheduling to running the appointments, selling the customer, and taking that customer down that road, not only to get a good project and something that's going to be done efficiently, but something that's going to last, it's going to be long term, to where it's not just something we're going in there just throwing something up, give us our money, and we're out of here. And that's one of the things we try not to do here at Elegant Homes, is we try to go in and take the customer down that journey, because that way we get what we call referral business. And referral business, we live and die by the referral business. And if I treat you right and do a great job for you and give you great customer service and great products, you're probably going to call me back to do something else. And that's just the way the business and the industry runs. So coming up here, we are going to have tips for the winter. Yes, I said it right. Tips for the winter. It's coming, folks. It's going to be coming really fast. We'll be right back. I'm your host, Don Reilly, Elegant Homes. One of the things I like to talk about is my guys over at CFI. They are some of the best when it comes to carpet installation, linoleum, ceramic, maybe even you need that new tile or hardwood in your home. These guys are the best. I always recommend CFI because they do a quality installation and they always show up on time, and they're always very courteous to me and my wife at our home. If you're looking for some of the best guys in the installation business, look no further than CFI. These guys are the best. You can reach them at cfiinstallation.com. Once again, that's cfiinstallation.com. Also, you got to stop out and see Rob and the gang out there at Marshall Chevrolet. These guys are great. If you're looking for that new Equinox, maybe that new Chevy Silverado or Trailblazer, stop out and see Rob and the gang out there at Marshall Chevrolet. They'll really hook you up. They got a great service team. They'll get you in, roll you out, and make sure that you tell them Don Reilly with Elegant Homes sent you.
It's the Elegant Homes Podcast with Don Reilly, powered by CFI for all your flooring needs. CFIinstallation.com and by Marshall Chevrolet in Carrollton, Kentucky.
And I'm your host, Don Reilly, and we are back to Elegant Homes, where we make every home elegant, one home at a time. So, folks, winter is coming, and it's coming fast. And if you have those old windows and they have the old silicone caulk around them, and you have more than 6 to 7 windows in your home, it's like trying to heat your house with a brick out. I mean, that air is just coming through. You get 6 or 7 of those with a crack, crevice, or hole in them. I mean, that air is just flowing. So make sure you go around this winter and button that house up with new silicone, 50-year silicone caulk. You can get it at any of your big box stores, Home Depot, Lowe's. You can even go to some of the local window supply houses here in the area and get you a caulk gun and seal those windows up. If you don't want to do it, give us a call. We'll come out and do it for you. But the nice thing about sealing those windows up is it's going to make it airtight for the winter, and you're not going to have to worry about that breeze getting through there. Also, doors leak a lot of air. Doors have a lot of crack, crevices, and holes throughout the whole opening. So if you got a door and it's, doors get warped over time. If you got a steel door and you got a gap underneath the door, make sure you buy you a threshold cover for the bottom of your door, so you can actually buy those at any of your box stores and put those on. When you shut that door, it makes a nice tight seal. It's going to keep air infiltration from getting in your house. It's going to lower your fuel bill and keep your fuel bill from going through the roof, literally. And the nice thing, too, is go check all your vents. So if you have vents in the house for any kind of vent going to the outside of the house, make sure that the vent on the outside is in good shape. A lot of times people will lose the flaps on the vents. Birds, animals get in there, and it just can create a real problem. And also that's going to create air infiltration inside the house. Also, you want to check on your home. Make sure that your faucets, unhook your hoses from the faucet, and then actually get you a faucet drip cover that goes over top of the faucet on the outside, because it is getting cold. We are getting down in the 20s, 30 degrees at night, so those faucets can freeze, those hoses can freeze. Do yourself a favor, get you a bib to go over top of your faucet. And that's another tip. And also, go around your garage doors. That's a big problem today. People don't check garage doors, and a lot of cracks and crevices in garage doors, especially if you got a coil stock aluminum that's bent around the actual garage door on the outside of the face boards, and you can get cracks and crevices in there, and that air creeps in through the garage. And then if you got a garage door that is bad, it can come right inside the house, and it can raise those fuel bills. So make sure you seal those garage doors up nice and tight. If you don't or can't do that, call your local garage door companies. They'll come out and they can seal stuff up, and they can tighten your doors, tighten your cables up, and just kind of get you buttoned up for the winter. Also a big problem, if you have brick, walk around and look at your mortar. Make sure none of your mortar's missing on your brick. Another way that air infiltration can get inside the house. And then your foundation, make sure that there's no cracks or crevices in the foundation. That can be a big problem. And, of course, check all your windows. Make sure there's no cracks in the glass. Sometimes a window can crack in the corner or get a chip in it, and you never know it. And I've even seen to where people have big holes in their window and don't even realize they got it in there at the corner because maybe a bird flies in the window, cracks the sash, or, so do yourself a favor. Do a friendly walk around before winter hits and make sure you button everything up, because if you don't button it up, you will lose infiltration throughout the house, and it will cost you the thing you don't like the most to spend, money. So if you're like me, you want to be thorough on making sure that your home's buttoned up for the winter. And that's just a tip from Don Reilly, Elegant Homes. One of the things also I want to throw at you guys while we're here is I want to throw at you, if you are a home flipper, One of the big problems I'm seeing in the home flipping industry is these inspectors aren't doing the job on getting the inspections thoroughly done. And people are getting these inspections passed. They're closing on the house and they're finding out, I'm getting a lot of calls, that there's still problems with the home. And once you purchase that home, you can't go back to the seller and ask them to fix stuff. It don't work that way. We had a flipper who flipped a house and they got an inspection on the plumbing. Plumbing was fine. Everything was flushing. Homeowner moved in 2 weeks ago. All of a sudden now the toilets aren't working. Plumber came in, cut the floor back 6 feet, got down in with a camera, ran it all the way down because the actual plumbing, the base of the lead pipe that was going into the floor was moving. So he sent a camera down there, found out that there was concrete down in the plumbing, blocking the plumbing, could not get the camera through. End up costing the new homeowner, which was a young couple, over $2,000. We had to go in and remove all that pipe. My plumber did, cut everything back, install new plumbing, take the pipe out of the ground, reinstall it, put all the concrete back, cost over $2,000. Do your due diligence with your inspectors and make sure that you're getting a good home inspection. There's a lot of good local home inspectors out there that do good work. But always make sure that you're getting your home inspections done by a top shelf home inspector, because it could end up costing you money. And I've seen that happen a lot. And that's just not something that happens every day. But it's just a good tip to let you home flippers out there know that, because we do a lot of work for people that flip homes. And I see it, and I flip a few myself, and I just see that if you don't do that thorough inspection, and make sure you do your own inspection before the inspector comes, that's always a smart idea. I'm Don Reilly, your host, Elegant Homes, where we make every home elegant, one home at a time. We'll see you next time.